All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a showdown between two absolute titans of the collecting world. You've got the peak of mechanical genius, the luxury watch, going up against the height of human creativity, fine art.
It's a question that's just fascinating, right? I mean, we're talking about objects that can sell for tens, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars. But what is it that makes them worth so much? Is it the thing itself, or is it the story that comes with it? So, is value hiding in here, in the absolutely mind-boggling complexity of a Patek Philippe Grandmaster chime? You're looking at a universe of tiny gears and springs, every single one crafted and put together by hand to basically conquer time itself. It's an engineering masterpiece that you can literally wear on your wrist. Or is it over here? Is it in the singular genius of someone like Leonardo da Vinci, a vision he captured with just paint on a canvas that has absolutely mesmerized the world for centuries? This is an object that doesn't just tell time, it completely transcends it. Okay, so we have mechanical genius versus pure artistic vision. But let's be real. For a lot of the people buying these things, the real question is performance. So let's dive in and see how they actually stack up as financial assets. And wow, this chart right here, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the incredible power of a top-tier brand. If you'd bought an average Patek Philippe watch at the beginning of 2020, by early 2024, that investment would be up 80%. That's almost double what you would have gotten from the S&P 500 in the same time. That's a truly remarkable performance, and it just goes to show how resilient this market can be. The art world, though, it's a whole different beast. It's a bit more dynamic, a little more chaotic, you could say. Just in the past decade, we've seen online sales just explode, the wild rise and fall of NFTs, and this massive wave of new, really powerful buyers coming from Asia. And yet, with all that change, the very, very top of the market is still dominated by the same old names, the old masters. So what's the secret sauce here? What are the key ingredients that take a watch or a painting and just launch its value into the stratosphere? Now this is where things get really, really interesting. You see the overlap? For watches, it's all about the sheer complexity, the incredible rarity of some models, and of course, its history. For art, it's about the unique genius of the artist and how little of their work is out there. But look at that last point on both sides. Documented provenance, the story of who owned it before you. That is a massive, massive driver of value in both of these worlds. To really see this in action, let's look at an absolute legend from the watch world, the Henry Graves Super Complication. Think about this. It was commissioned way back in 1925 for a Wall Street titan named Henry Graves. This watch was basically the product of a horological arms race to create the most complicated timepiece on the planet. It took 5 years just to design and build. It has over 900 parts and 24 different functions or complications. It's honestly less a device for telling time and more a monument to human ingenuity. So what's a legacy like that actually worth? Well, in 2014, it sold for nearly $24 million. So you're not just buying the gold and the gears, you're buying the story of Henry Graves, the ambition, the incredible craftsmanship, you're buying the entire legend. Okay, now let's hop over to the art world and see that exact same idea, provenance, at work, but on a scale that's even bigger. Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft, he wasn't just a tech genius. The man had an absolutely incredible eye for art. After he passed away, his collection went up for auction in 2022. And the results? They were historic. I mean, the sale wasn't just big, it completely shattered every single previous record. It became the most valuable single collection ever sold. The grand total came to a mind-blowing $1.5 billion. And you know what? Experts all agree the value of these paintings was way higher simply because they had belonged to Paul Allen. That provenance, the story of being part of his collection, added millions to the price tag of every single piece. All right, it's time for the main event. We've seen the principles, we've looked at the case studies, now let's put the all-time record holders from each category into the ring and see what happens. First up, coming out of Geneva, Switzerland, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the watch world, the Patek Philippe Grandmaster chime. It sold for over $31 million at a charity auction. This thing is the most complex wristwatch Patek has ever made, a true masterpiece. An incredible price for an incredible object. But how does it stack up against its rival?
And in the other corner, a rediscovered masterpiece from the High Renaissance, the undisputed champion of the art market.
Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi at $450 million. I mean, this isn't just in a different league. It's playing a different sport entirely. That price is so huge it completely changed how we think about the ceiling for the art market. When you actually put the champs side by side like this, the difference is it's wild. The peak of mechanical genius commands over $31 million. But the peak of artistic genius, from a name like Leonardo da Vinci, it's on another planet, selling for nearly 15 times more. It really shows you that while engineering has a ceiling, the value we put on a one-of-a-kind piece of history is, well, it's almost limitless.
You know, it's easy to think of all this as happening in some kind of bubble, totally separate from everything else. But are these markets truly immune to what's going on in the real world? Can global events actually shake these billion-dollar foundations?
So here's the thing, it's really a double-edged sword. On one hand, yeah, global conflicts raise the cost of things like gold and diamonds, and they can cut off entire groups of buyers, like when Russian billionaires who were huge players were sanctioned. But on the other hand, that very same instability often makes the super rich run for safety in tangible assets. A masterpiece painting or an ultra-rare watch is seen as a stable place to park your money when stocks and currencies feel shaky.
And that really brings us to our final thought. We live in an age of cryptocurrencies and NFTs, where value can be totally digital, just code on a server. So why is our obsession with these tangible physical objects not only sticking around, but actually getting stronger? What is it about holding a piece of history or art or mechanical genius in your own hands that just can't be replicated on a screen? It seems that when it comes to true ultimate value, there's still no substitute for the real deal.